Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Seattle Pacific University here in Seattle, Washington for the first game of the Sodexo Tip-Off Classic right here at Royal Brome Pavilion, home of the Seattle Pacific University Falcons. I'm Mark Ockett. I'll be bringing you the action for the first two games today and all for tomorrow. So we appreciate you tuning in from all over the world, and especially the schools right now that are involved in this first game. And that will feature the University of California, San Diego, UC San Diego, against the Western Washington Vikings. So it is the Tritons against the Vikings as the two teams get set to go out on the court right now. And it's just taking a look at how the records have gone so far this year. UC San Diego is 2-0, and Western Washington is 1-1. And the starters are being introduced right now for this matchup, and I'll get you those starters right away as these two teams get ready to get after it. And in the white uniforms, it would be UC San Diego. And looking at their starters, first of all, for the Tritons, starting at one forward position, a junior out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Haley Hatfield. Also starting at another guard position for them, a freshman from Los Angeles, California. And in that lineup for them to get things going will be Julia, and her last name is Makabuhai. Julia Makabuhai going for UC San Diego. Also starting for the Tritons, it will be a 5'6" senior guard from San Francisco, Jolene Yang. Fourth starter in the lineup for them, Sydney Sharp, who is a 5'10" junior out of North Tustin High School, and she is a junior. And then also starting for UC San Diego will be this week's California Collegiate Athletic Association Player of the Week. That is Michaela Williams, and she was originally at Cal State Fullerton, came over and dropped in 36 points just a few days ago. We'll be talking plenty about her, so she starts also for UC San Diego. For Western Washington, they are led to starting things off here in this game by first of all, Lexi Bland. She's out of Ellensburg High School over in Ellensburg, Washington. She's a 5'6" junior. Also starting will be Danny Iwami. She is a 5'7" junior guard. Emma Duff starts. She is a 5'11" sophomore guard from Tumwater. Kelsey Rogers from Linwood High School, a 6'1" sophomore starts, and she is a forward center. And then also starting for them is Anna Schwecke, and she is out of Evergreen, Colorado. She is the center. And starting things off, UC San Diego gets off to a brisk start with the tip and the basket scored by Julia Makubai. And we are underway here to get things going. And the first game of the Sodexo Classic at Royal Brome Pavilion. There's a steal right off the bat on the defense. Great anticipation, grabbing the basketball, taking it the other direction. Jolene Lang lays it up, and quickly a 4-0 lead for UC San Diego, as obviously it's going to be a quick turn of events for Western to get set and ready to go to try to start just clamping down defensively and also getting their offense going as they work the ball around the perimeter, and a shot fired and missed by Iwami. Vikings with a great head coach, just like UC San Diego. They've both been there for a while. Carmen Dolfo is the head coach at Western in her 28th season. Boarded by UC San Diego, they'll go the other direction. Good pass to find her, and that is a great shot right there. A three-point basket by Jolene Lang. Lang already has 5 points, and it's 7-0, just like that. A big start, quick start for the UC San Diego Tritons, and we'll take a timeout. Be back with more. Stay with us right here on the Seattle Pacific University Falcons webcast network. UC San Diego getting off to a quick start, 7-0 the score, as they waste no time piling those points up, and a big three-pointer by Jolene Yang to get them those three last points. And now Western will inbound after the timeout. 8:49 left to go here in the first quarter. Remember, with women's basketball, it is 4 10-minute quarters, 30-second shot clock, resets at 15, and we're getting ready to get action ready to resume here. This is the first of two games that I'll be broadcasting today, featuring the second game, Central Washington University Wildcats against Azusa Pacific, the Cougars. That is a men's game, so it goes women, men throughout the afternoon. Pass over on the left wing. Good defense to shut her off right there. Back up top, good look, but missing on the shot is Iwami. And here comes UC San Diego again with a chance to add to their lead. They slow up the offense a little bit right here. Nice matchup right there as Lexi Bland is up tight. Out of bounds, that's going to go to the Tritons. The head coach of UC San Diego is Heidi Vanderveer. She is in her 7th season. 1986 graduate of the College of Charleston. Bounce pass inside. Beautiful play right there. On the assist coming through was Michaela Williams with the pass. 9-0. Western's got themselves a hole to dig out of right now. Both teams play a lot of man-to-man defense. Western will pop into a 2-3 zone, and for UC San Diego, they will go into a 3-2 zone. Now Western finally able to get it on the scoreboard. Schwecke coming through, but it was a good pass to find her to get things started. So they're finally on the scoreboard, almost 2.5 minutes into the first quarter. And a lot of times once you get that first one in, then things start feeling a little more comfortable for you. Western used to this court as they play Seattle Pacific here once a year. They're both in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. And we got 2 shots coming up. This will be our first foul of the game. That's against Jolene Yang. It'll be 2 shots.
2 shots for Danny Iwami.
Danny Iwami at the foul line with the 2. Not a good way to get things started from the charity stripe. Into the game for Western Washington will be Molly Olson. She is a freshman. And also Emma Duff, who is a sophomore. These teams are pretty young, but talented. Makes the second shot.
Also in for the Vikings, 22, Gracie Castaneda. And in for San Diego.
Now what's in for Western Washington will be Gracie Castaneda. She played at Arlington High School, which is about 30 miles up the road from here, 35 miles, 35, and a very strong program there. And she played under head coach Joe Marsh. Arlington has played for the state championship a couple of times in this decade, and she was on one of those teams. Pass nearly intercepted and a push-off. That's going to be called against UC San Diego on the overplay. Sydney Sharp called for her first foul, second team foul. No shots this time. It's just going to be out of bounds. 6:56 left to go here in the first quarter of the Sodexo Tip-Off Classic. Mark Ockett bringing you the action. We have a travel call. Pressure defense put on by Western, trying to slow the momentum that UC San Diego got. And I think after the timeout, they made some adjustments, and Carmen Dolfo had a chance to take a look and see. Didn't like what she was seeing, obviously, being down 7-0. And there, Western gets the ball back. Here they come the other direction. Going underneath to Schwecke. Can't quite get a handle, now finally does, and then back around the other way through the perimeter. Back up top on the right side. Western trying to go inside once again, looking around. That one's tapped around, and getting control of it will be Emma Duff. Misses on a shot, but rebound is pulled down by Castaneda. And we have, looks like a 30-second shot clock violation. That's going to turn the ball over. So Western taking a lot of time, and on that missed shot, it did not hit iron, so therefore you have the ball going back to San Diego. You see San Diego with some good ball movement right here, and Western staying with them tightly. Don't want to give them a gap. There's a little bit of space right there, but that shot fires off the rim, and grabbing the rebound will be Castaneda. Chance for Western to climb to within 4 or perhaps 3 points right here if they can bury a 3-ball. They've just hit 1 field goal so far here in the first quarter. 5:26 to go. Now, a little miscommunication right there, and a good stop by UC San Diego, as that's going to turn it back over to the Tritons. Danny Iwami is in the lineup now for Western. Also set to check in is Bobby Westendorf. She is a transfer from Tacoma Community College. She is one of the seniors on the Western squad. Tight defense, forcing them out. Again, Western just doing a good job of containing right now. 5:08 left to go in the first quarter. And they're forcing San Diego to go outside with the shots, and they missed a couple of three-pointers the last 2 times down, as Western now will give it another shot. There's Duff, looks towards the left side, finds Westendorf. Oh, that one rimmed out. Excellent rebound. Down underneath, though. Grabbing it is Kelsey Rogers. Back up top, Iwami. Looking inside, Westendorf. Tough lucker right there, but follow-up excellent. After missing the shot, Emma Duff did it textbook. Followed her shot in, went over on the left side, got the rebound, and puts it back up and in. 9-5 is the score. Western creeping back into it, so they're on a little 5-2 run after falling down 9-0. I'll make that a 5-0 run. We're going to have the first Western foul coming up. Taylor, so that's going to go on Danny Iwami. That's her first team foul as Western makes some substitutions. 2 team fouls for UC San Diego, 1 for Western, and a 9-5 score. UC San Diego on top. Now they go inside. Michaela Williams with her first 2 points of the game. She scored 59 points in her first 2 games. 23 in the opener, 36 in her last game. So we're going to see a lot of her in these 2 days. Under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Got foul as the player going in towards the hoop that time, Michaela Williams. Avery Dykstra out of Linden Christian High School, who just came into the lineup. She's a freshman. I think she's going to be an impact player for the Vikings. She's called for that foul, and that's team foul number 2. At the foul line, Williams, 2 shots, makes the first one. Schwecke back in for Western. Sydney Sharp rejoins the Tritons lineup with 3:48 left to go in the first quarter. Williams, great form at the line, hits them both, and an 8-point lead. So they pull away with a 4-point stretch of their own. Biggest lead, 9 points there, and an excellent passing. That's Dykstra to Schwecke. Schwecke off the glass, puts it in. 13-7. Williams up top. A great one-on-one move, but she just didn't quite have enough on it at the end to get that ball to drop. Going the other direction, and a miss by Bland. Bland had a good look on it right there, just about 6-7 feet in front of the basket, but couldn't connect. It goes out of bounds, and the Tritons will have the basketball with 3:13 left here in the first. Like that matchup up top. Williams now back over on the left side and a missed shot by Stephanie Moore, a junior. Here comes Western the other direction. Trying to close that gap tighter. Way out front. Oh, big miss on the right side there. She had a wide open shot, but you can see the angle was off, as it would have been nice for Western. They could have closed to within 3 points had that shot been made. 2:44 left in the first quarter, and the Tritons will inbound in backcourt. Western putting some pressure on back there. And these teams should definitely hang with each other. They're very evenly matched and equally competitive and as perennial contenders. That goes out of bounds. Again, Heidi Vanderveer in her 7th year as head coach, Carmen Dolfo in her 28th year at Western as their head coach. And some interesting local tie-ins with the coaches and some players out on the court. As time allows, I'll add that to the broadcast here. Western gets set to inbound. Again, they've had their opportunities. There's no doubt about that. So far, taking a look at the numbers, Western is 3 for 12 in field goals. And UC San Diego is sitting at 5 for 12. Schwecke is going to be called for the foul off Western. That's her first team foul, number 3. And UC San Diego will inbound in backcourt. Yeah, Western keeps getting the ball back in opportunities. It's not like San Diego's running away with this thing. It looked like that at the start, but it's gone the other direction. Another missed 3 ball. They've not been connecting on those. Now 1 for 6 in 3-pointers. Ball goes out of bounds. We're going to have it going back to the Tritons as some substitution action going on. And again, you see San Diego with a chance to expand on that 6-point lead. Tritons at 5 for 13 so far in field goal shooting, 38.5%. And Western sitting at 23%. That has to improve. Both teams not exactly lighting it up from the field. That ball's knocked around and finally going to go, it looks like, to the Tritons. It's going to stay with them. Back in for the Tritons will be Haley Hatfield. She started the game, junior. Long 3-ball and out of there again. They just aren't having any success from the 3-point range. Is now 1 for 7. Might want to try to go inside. That was effective for him early on. Forced outside and then driving to the basket. Unfortunate that didn't drop for Emma Duff, but she was fouled going in. This time the foul is going to be whistled against Stephanie Moore of San Diego. That's her first third-team foul. 2 shots coming up and a miss. That makes Western 1 for 3 from the foul line. Yeah, maybe it just take them a quarter or so to get loose in their shooting, both from the field and from the foul line. Connects on the second one. We've got us a 5-point game here at Royal Brown Pavilion in Seattle. Next shot, the other long-range jumper that rims out of there. Russell for the rebound on the floor. Looks like a foul against Western right down below where I'm at. That foul is going to go. No, I think they're going to call it on UC San Diego. They are going to do that. It looks like, let's check and see. Now they finally get it sorted out. That's going to go against Emma Duff. That's her first. San Diego with the ball, working over on the right side. And it goes out of bounds. Now they've introduced the teams with San Diego first, then Western. So normally that would mean Western is the home team. However, San Diego is listed as the home team on the scoreboard. So 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Now we get all the bugs ironed out in the first quarter in the first game. We'll be all set there. So It is San Diego as the home team, even, and they are wearing the white, but they were introduced first. There's the shot. That is good. Kelsey Rogers connecting on that to make it a 3-point game. 13-10. So Western right in there. Now this is getting good, getting tighter. Always liked it to be more competitive than a one-sided affair. Makes it interesting for everybody. Miss. That was one that looked like a gimme. Western gets the rebound, a chance to tie. They're not playing for the one shot. Drive it in, and a miss that time by Lexi Bland. I think she should have taken more time. And now there's 7 seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter. 2 seconds, and that one's going to go out. A miss, and it got closer. At the end of the first quarter, Western is trailing against UC San Diego. The Tritons on top. It is 13-10 at the end of the first quarter in the Sodexo Tip-Off Classic here at Seattle Pacific University. We'll take a quick break and come back with the second quarter. Thanks for being with us on SPUFalcons.com. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Royal Borough Pavilion in beautiful Seattle, Washington. Thanks for being with us on SPUFalcons.com. I'm Mark Ockett bringing you the action. 13-10 as UC San Diego is leading Western in game number 1 of 8 over the next 2 days here in the Sodexo Tip-Off Classic. Western could tie with a 3-ball. Turnaround jumper looking good right there. Coming through is Kelsey Rogers. She's got 4 points in the game. 1-point game now, and it was 9-0 when UC San Diego got off to a great start, but since that time, Western has outscored them 12-3, going the other direction. There's a basket down below. Dropping it in is Brianna Claros, 15-12. I like this matchup here as these two teams are really getting up and tight on each other and making each other work for these baskets. Foul is going to be called against UC San Diego. Foul is going to go against Jolene Young, and that's the first foul team-wise, and her second foul. She's going to come out of the lineup. Western with the basketball and trailing by 3. Little push right at the top of the arc. Hitting the deck that time was Emma Duff. Sydney Sharp called for her second foul, second team foul, and Western will inbound. Emily Cangelosi is into the lineup, redshirt freshman guard. Western with the basketball. And a tight man-to-man defense right there. Good screen to help spring Lexi Bland out of it and through, but a little traffic right there, and a forced turnover. San Diego getting the good defense going. Looks like we get another foul underneath. That's going to go against Schwecke. That would be her second foul. First team foul called. At the foul line with 2 shots will be Haley Hatfield. No points in the first quarter. Leading scorer for UC San Diego in that first quarter was Jolene Yang, as she had 5 points. First shot is good by Hatfield, junior forward. And she connects on both of them. Let's take a look at the numbers from the first quarter, as Western in this one shot 5 for 16 from the field, 31%, 0 for 4 in three-pointers. Underneath, there's a great play, Kelsey Rogers. And she has 6 points now in the game, 4 in the quarter to make it 17-14. Western 2 for 4 from the foul line. Double team right off the left block there, and there's a 2-pointer. That will work for Maka Buhai, rather. 19-14. Underneath, again, Kelsey Rogers. It was a good pass to find her. Couldn't connect on the shot. Emma Duff will get the rebound. Back up top. They got a second crack at it, down by 5 points. Duff again to the rack. They got to connect on those shots. I was watching the pregame warm-ups, and they looked good in hitting those mid-range jumpers, but again, what is so often the case is you get close in, you can't just jam them up there. You've got to finish. You've got to close strong. Katrina Jamaica is called for the foul. That is her first foul, second team foul. At the foul line with 2 shots will be Cangelosi, and the first one is good. 20-14. Soon as Western starts getting close, and the closest they've been is 13-12, then UC San Diego seems to get right back to work and get after it. She hits the second one as it rattles and drops. Tritons are a perfect 6 for 6 from the foul line. That's the stuff that helps win you ball games. Excellent drive into the paint, and to the basket is Danny Iwami. And that makes it 21-16. They needed that one. Kicked out to the left side, and that shot is good for 3 points. Coming through, Brianna Claros. 24-16, back to an 8-point lead. On the floor, held ball. Going to go back to the Tritons. I started to talk about Heidi Vanderveer. She's had a tremendous run at UC San Diego through 6 seasons, entering this year a record of 133-49. And in conference play, which would be the CCAA, the California Collegiate Athletic Association, a 102-26 record. So now you add a 2-0 record this year. She's 135-49. Very nice. Won or tied for first place her first 3 years at UC San Diego. Actually coached Eastern Washington University for 3 years back from 94 to 97. And no stranger to this area. She was an assistant coach for this year's WNBA defending champion Seattle Storm. She wasn't there this year, but she was there in 06 and 07 as an assistant coach. Looks like they're going to review a play. We'll take a quick timeout. It's 24-16. And here at Royal Brown Pavilion in Seattle, Washington, UC San Diego is on top by 8, 6:33 left, second quarter. Set for live action to resume as they take a look at things and have apparently figured out that it's all okay to resume and get going again. There's a three-point basket up top. Haley Hatfield buries it. Just the second three-point make for UC San Diego, but they're up to it by 11 points now. 27-16, pulling away. This is their biggest lead of the game. Top in the 9-0 start. Drive into the basket, count that one. Molly Olson takes it in and one. So she's going to head to the foul line. Western desperately needed that one there. As Olson goes to the foul line. 6:10 left in the second quarter. Western's got to dig their heels in. Prevent San Diego from keeping this momentum going. Yeah, they get a little frantic. Both teams going into those lay-ins have missed several of them by like that. Just going too far underneath or kind of jamming it between the rim and the backboard as we have a player hitting the deck right there. No foul. It's going to be just an inbound for Western Washington, the Vikings. Vikings out of Bellingham, Washington, which is about an hour and a half from Seattle. Not too far from the Canadian border. Beautiful area up there. They got a nice harbor. Western with an enrollment of about 15,000. Known as many years and still is producing a lot of teachers that taught here in the state of Washington. Iwami coming through. Danny connects on that to make it 27-21. 5:37 left to go in the second period. Back up top, hand check defense. Staying with the man-to-man, switching over with the pass there, and smooth move by Michaela Williams. Her first 2 points of the second quarter, now has 6 in the game. Averaging 29.5 through 2 games. They're going to have to really keep an eye on her. Oh, a sweet three-pointer for Emma Duff. That is the first three-pointer made by Western in this game to close the gap to 29-24. 5-point lead as Western was down by 11. And basketball is so much a game of runs that now they've got things going more on their side. Let's see if they are able to contain San Diego. Well, not the case. It's going to be foul shots coming up for Michaela Williams. Foul's on Kelsey Rogers. That's going to be her first foul. And team foul number 3. We got a timeout on the floor. 29-24 is our score. 4:46 left to go here in Seattle in the first game of the Sodexo Tip-Off Classic. Great to have you with us on spufalcons.com. This is an excellent facility. Seats about 3,000. And on the north side, they redid the seating at the first part of this year. It's just beautiful. They got some new padded chairs brought in, and the old ones weren't bad either. But these ones really are sharp with the Falcons logo on the end caps. And then there's an upper level seating area for a Division I school, or excuse me, for a Division II school. This is just definitely an outstanding facility, and it's nestled perfectly on what is called Lower Queen Anne Hill on the north end, and the Ship Canal, which is a big source of maritime pride here at the area at Salmon Bay right behind us. It's just a beautiful setting, and the Seattle Pacific University rowing team competes right out literally about 100 feet to the north of us here. Falcons men and women will be playing later today. Women at 5 o'clock, men at 7, and same for tomorrow as the host teams here in this annual Sodexo Tip-Off Classic. We thank Sodexo for their long-time involvement and partnership with Seattle Pacific University. At the foul line is Michaela Williams. So far is 2 for 2 from the foul line. She hit those 2 foul shots in the first quarter. Thuds off that first one, off the front of the rim. And connects on the second one. Now Western down by 6 points. They've worked it a lot inside, but haven't always been successful. And right there, that one gets tapped out of bounds. And we'll stay with the Western Washington Vikings. Set to inbound, Danny Iwami. Leading scorer for Western at this point, actually a couple of them, Emma Duff. And right there, now taking the lead is Kelsey Rogers. Duff has 6, Rogers now with 8, and it's a 4-point game. Quick with the hand is Lexi Bland. Bland, the junior, out of Ellensburg High School, 5'6" junior. Ellensburg is in Central Washington. That is the home of Central Washington University, which will be playing next against Azusa Pacific in the men's game. It's about 110 miles from here. Out of bounds it goes. That's going back to the Vikings. All right, so a chance for them to tighten it up right here. They've trimmed off 7 of that 11-point deficit when they were down 27-16. Going the other direction. Nice pass. A lot of traffic right there. It's good to keep that ball moving around, and they do to connect for the basket. Emma Duff with her second three-pointer of the quarter and the game, and it is just a 1-point contest. 30-29 as Western keeps battling back. They have not had the lead yet, though. Not led in this game. You see San Diego, Western, good defense right there. Lexi Bland, quick with the hands. She's been very strong with that so far in the game, but on the overplay, ends up getting called for the foul. That's going to be her first foul. Team foul number 4. Just out of bounds. One more foul at 5, and that puts the Tritons at the foul line the rest of the half. 3:20 left here in the second quarter. 30-29 the score. UC San Diego on top. We got us a good one here to start this Sodexo Tip-Off Classic. Tritons pushing it outside. That one comes off the rim. Good rebound. Excellent positioning by by Hatfield. And a miss. The other direction. Western with the basketball. That's Iwami taking it to the basket, drops it in, and Western has their first lead of the game at 31-30. Can you believe it? Western has battled back from an 11-point deficit, and they have a 1-point lead, 2:46 to go here in the second quarter. UC San Diego started out very strong, built that 9-0 lead, and then it was sitting at 27-16. But since that time, Western has outscored them 15-3. We'll take a quick timeout. This is an exciting ball game taking place here, and just think, it's the first of 8 that we're going to have for you here from Seattle Pacific University. Excellent college basketball action. One-point game, Western on top, 31-30. As San Diego, after taking the timeout, looking to get things rolling. Western has not used a timeout here in the quarter. Tritons with the basketball. Over on the far side, that's going to rim out of there. And now Western gets it back. Going the other direction, passing down the right side. That's Emma Duff with the rock. Lexi Bland looks inside, drives towards the hoop, double team, shut off. Again, they move the ball around very well. That one's just off the front of the rim. A real good look for Emma Duff. Now the Tritons trying to get things going in their direction. Been a rough few minutes for them. Taking it to the basket and connecting will be Michaela Williams. Oh, no, an offensive foul. I just wanted to double check. They're still talking it over. Yeah, and that's officially decided as an offensive foul. She did make the basket, but they had to confer briefly on that, and that's going to be her first foul, 4th team foul, and it turns it back to Western. It looked to me that it was offensive, but there's a possibility it could have gone either way. Western with the ball. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Taking her time with it is Bland. Over on that left side, Emma Duff's already hit 2 3-pointers here in the second quarter. Soft touch. Kelsey Rogers, 8 in the quarter, 10 in the game. And you see San Diego down by 3 points now. And a basket good that time. Claros with the hoop. Ties it up on the 3-pointer. So she's got 2 3-pointers. Nice shooting that. 33-33. We are tied for the first time. San Diego needed to connect on that one. 1 minute to go in the second quarter. Good defense by the Tritons. Excellent. Chasing after it is Williams. She was the last to touch it, but you got to like that aggressiveness as San Diego wants to try to get things going back their way a bit here heading towards halftime and regroup after Western has come back from that 11-point deficit. Tritons tightening up a little bit more on defense here. Handling the basketball was Lexi Bland over on the left side. Castaneda. Once again, Kelsey Rogers. She's got a great stroke going here. 12 points in the game, 10 in the quarter, and Western up 35-33. About 6-second differential on the clocks, 20 seconds on the shot clock. You see San Diego's going to work it down quite a ways right here with the ball driving through, and big hand to swat it down and out of there. That's just out of bounds. 19 seconds left on the clock, 11 on the shot clock. Western making a substitution. Iwami back into the game for the Vikings. Tritons with the ball, baseline, going with a reverse. What a beautiful play. Michaela Williams. Boy, that was big league right there. Tied at 35. 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Big 3-ball. Oh, off the glass. She called bank, she called rim, and unfortunately that one didn't land for her. That would have been a nice basket for Emma Duff. But at the half, how about this? We are tied 35-35 right here at the first game of the Sodexo Tip-Off Classic. Great way to get things started. It was 13-10 UC San Diego at the end of the first quarter. Both teams cranking up the offense in the second quarter. Yeah, getting loose, feeling a little more comfortable, playing on the neutral court. And now 35-35 at the half, and should set the stage for a very good second half. We look forward to having you with us here on spufalcons.com. Mark Ockett bringing you the action, and we're going to take a break as it's the 15-minute halftime period, and we'll be back with the second half action. Stick around, make sure grab a beverage, something to eat, and again, thank you all for listening on the World Wide Web, and especially those of you for your teams that you're keeping track of in the San Diego area, or parents of the players throughout, and also up in the Bellingham area. We say hello to our friends up there as well, and we love having you aboard with us here on spufalcons.com. We'll be back with more in about 13 minutes.